Yeah, my marketing strategy is relationships. What I realized is that I was able to capitalize on my ability to form really amazing relationships.
The internet has made it easier than ever to start a business. Succeeding on the internet, now that's another story. The big question is, what are those who are succeeding doing differently? This podcast has the answers. Hi, my name is Lisanne Murphy. I've spent the last 3 years running a successful advertising agency. I noticed with certain clients, I ran into the same problem over and over again. Their offering was just not grabbing the prospect's heart and wrestling them into purchasing submission. Why? Many of these business owners were so far down the road in their journey and so in love with their product, they forgot who they were serving, missing some essential steps along the way. So, I'm pivoting focus. Join me as I go behind the scenes with the most brilliant entrepreneur minds to demystify the nitty-gritty marketing hacks needed to be successful before spending thousands on advertising that ultimately separate the internet legends from the dreamers. On the previous episode, you heard from Amanda Osceoli. Amanda shared some of the strategies she uses to help entrepreneurs get unstuck in their business and get massive clarity on their goals to move forward. Tune in to her whole episode to catch the secrets. But before you go, stick around. I've got an episode packed with goodness from Kristin Molenaar. This queen of outsourcing knows her stuff. It was so fun to talk to her about hiring a team and watch her crush the limiting beliefs so many entrepreneurs have in this category. It was seriously an awesome episode, so stick around. Welcome to the Marketing Matrix podcast. I'm your host, Lisanne Murphy, and I am here with the incredible, wonderful, talented, and beautiful entrepreneur, Kristin Molenaar. Let me tell you a little bit about this entrepreneur. She is a rock star. Kristin Molenaar is an entrepreneur enthusiast who lives by the mantra, work less, make more, which has enabled her to build a 6-figure business while working part-time hours, guys. Kristin founded the virtual assistant agency, Yes Boss VA, to help other entrepreneurs do the same. The Yes Boss team supports clients as they transform from burned out solo entrepreneurs to empowered and supported CEOs. When Kristin isn't growing the business, she can be found advocating for foster care and adoption. Kristin, thank you so much for being with us on the Marketing Matrix today.
Oh my gosh, Lisanne, thank you so much for having me here. It's such an honor to be able to chat with you today.
Oh, the honor is all mine. Trust me. Guys, this lady, I've had an opportunity to get to know her the last little bit, and she's the real deal. She is genuine. She is full of value, and she knows what is up. So listen up to what she's about to say. So Kristin, I would love for our listeners that aren't as familiar with your journey and with Yes Boss VA, tell us a little bit about your journey and how you created this agency, and just in just a couple sentences, what that agency does.
Yeah, so my journey is really from stressed and burnt out entrepreneur to agency owner. I really took that journey as a result of entrepreneurial failure. I started a virtual assistant agency to experience, to really keep hold of freedom in my life, but because all business attempts were really just struggling. And so I was able to build an agency by really serving clients and figuring out the best way to give them what they wanted in their business. And here I am 5 years later, actually being able to say like, oh my gosh, I am an entrepreneurial success because I looked at my systems and my processes and my people, and I thought about them like a CEO. And so what's cool is I think my story is a testament to being able to take almost anything and be able to turn it into a business if you just look at the right aspects of your business. And so our agency, Yes Boss VA, we are a virtual agency, and we really help solo entrepreneurs by running their business so they can build their business like a boss. We just focus on empowering those solo entrepreneurs to be able to step into that CEO role. We feel like that can be really hard for people, so we come alongside them with full team support, meaning that you only have to work with one of us to get just capitalize on the skills of the entire team. It's really a cool business, and it's what I have needed all along.
Oh man. And oh, I love that like, make it simple, right? And take the stress out of it. So amazing. Okay. So We could talk about that for a long time, but I've got one question for you today. And the
Yeah.
question is this: what small marketing strategy or tactic has made the biggest difference in your business, and why?
Yeah, my marketing strategy is relationships. I have found that when I realized that I needed to be a salesperson in my business, I was so freaked out. But I am such a people person. And what I realized is that I was able to capitalize on my ability to form really amazing relationships. And it wasn't sleazy. Like, this is the way that I approach things. I am able to utilize this relationship marketing strategy by going to in-person events like conferences, local networking events, and also stuff like this, like reaching out to you, Lisanne, like podcasting and being in Facebook groups and all of these things. Like, but my intent is really to not be so lonely in the entrepreneurial journey. Like, that's where this came from. And that's how I discovered the gold in this is like, I don't want to be doing business all by myself. So let's make friends with other entrepreneurs, right? But what I realize is like, oh my gosh, when I am becoming friends with other entrepreneurs, I'm able to help grow their business because of the other relationships that I have. Like, I've created this like network of people that I know how to connect, one entrepreneur to another. And I have all these resources and all this knowledge that I can share with my fellow friend. But oh my gosh, they probably know people who need my services. And so I have experienced a business that has not relied on any traditional marketing, but just on referral. I've been able to grow into now the multiple six-figure mark because I have been intentional about just being a good friend. And that's something that comes naturally for me. And so I think that my lesson for people is to really look at your zone of genius and figure out like, how do you authentically show up in the world, and in what ways that you show up does that energize you? And let's build a marketing strategy around that. For me, I'm a total extrovert. I love people. Like, this is my thing. I would do it if I didn't make money off of it. So like, why don't we utilize that stuff and just go after what we're good at and figure out the tactics behind it? So for me, it's really had to do with like following up with people and being intentional and being genuine, like really genuine. Like, how could I help the people in my life just because I genuinely want to help them? And if there's business to come out of it, great. If not, that's totally fine too, because I'm also getting relationship equity out of it. Like, I no longer feel lonely. So even when there isn't a sale, I'm still winning. And that winning and that relationship equity still gives me more energy to continue to go out and do all these things in my business that I need to do. So that's my marketing tip. Like, form friendships. Don't do entrepreneurialism alone. Be intentional about getting involved in community. There are going to be so many great benefits in your business and your life as an entrepreneur.
I love that. And I'll be a case study for you right now. Like, guys, so before this interview, I did not know Kristin. Kristin reached out to me, which, by the way, how did you find me? I don't even know.
My team has been helping like send people to me that said, hey, I think this person might be really interesting for you. And then I either give them the yes or the no. So my team found you and then I approved it.
I am honored. I made it through the gatekeeper. That's amazing. Okay, guys. So Kristin reaches out to me. She says, hey, I want to be on your podcast. She was like amazing and super flattering. And I was like, yeah, of course you can be on my podcast. Let's be friends. And then we get on this interview and she just like blows my mind with like her heart and the value that she gives. And we just had a conversation about, we already have our next play date of when we can talk in the calendar and help each other in our businesses. And you better believe that I'm going to be sending any entrepreneur, because I mean, my whole network is entrepreneurs. And so I'm going to be sending people in her direction because I didn't know she existed until today. And it was because she was a real friend and she was authentic and she offered value. And then I'm going to have a chance to help her business with Facebook things. And so, guys, like, this isn't just like a good idea. Like, Kristin did this like today, and I am the benefactor of it today. So like, just know that like, this is legit. And I loved how she said, find your strengths and create a marketing strategy around that. That really is like the key. that I love that you said.
Yeah, I think it enables you to do all the other things in your business that you have to do that sometimes drain you. Um, but let's look for those things that energize you, because when you do something like, I'm going to get off of this conversation and I'm just going to be like buzzing with energy because I love this stuff. Like, I love connecting with other entrepreneurs. I love sharing about my experiences. Like, this is what energizes me. So I'm going to be able to come out of this and then go into like, okay, I need to now prep my IRS forms for the year. And that's something that I have to do, right? But how do I like invigorate myself and really pull together tactics that can energize me as an entrepreneur so that I have that longevity and that stamina to really get business done. Yeah. Yeah. And
I love it.
I always get so excited when I meet people like you, Lisanne. It's like, oh my gosh, you have this thing that I really need advice on. And like, how can we help each other? Like, let's be BFFs now, like for real, you know?
I love it. Oh, that's amazing. Well, Kristin, you have just dropped so much goodness, and I really appreciate the impact and the value that you're trying to put into the world. Can you share quickly like how people can get a hold of you, follow your journey, inquire about your services with Yes Boss VA, and then you even have a freebie you're giving listeners today. So you want to go through those?
Yeah, of course. If you want to keep it casual, you can find me on Instagram at Yes Boss VA. We share tips about working less and making more, and just about that CEO mindset. It's very casual on Instagram. And then if you are a stressed out solopreneur and you know that you need somebody to come alongside you, really we focus on people. A lot of our clients are saying like, I just needed a clone in my business. So we don't have cloning technology, that doesn't exist, not yet. But we have the next best thing, and that is somebody that really buys into your vision. We pair you with somebody who shares your business vision with you. And so if you're needing help in your business, like come over, let's chat about working with the agency. And then the next thing is, regardless of where you are in your business, you can be experiencing stress at any level. Like, you can be experiencing stress and not making any money. You could be experiencing stress and making like $50,000, $100,000, $1 million. Like, I have put together a work less, make more blueprint that really walks you through that the three-step process that I've experienced on my own and that I've seen clients experience. And so we talk through the 3 things that you can do to eradicate that stress in your life in this blueprint. And the cool thing is, what comes along with this is 101 ideas for generating more profit in your business that do not require more work on your plate. Like, that is a big deal to me. You're going to come to me and I am not going to tell you to do more things. I'm going to tell you what you shouldn't be doing. I'm going to be telling you to work less, because I just really have seen time and time again that this focus on working less and figuring out the true things that move the needle, they do result in making more money. We have to get serious about protecting our time. And so let me walk you through it in that blueprint, the Work Less, Make More blueprint. You can find that at yesbossva.com/work less, make more. I would just be honored to help you and help you avoid that stressed out mentality we just suffer from, right?
What a gem. Thank you so much for giving that to listeners. I'm going to pop those links and those social handles in the episode notes so people can follow you and use your services and learn from you as well. So thank you so much for delivering and coming and giving us this like 1-2 punch of a reminder of like how to best utilize ourselves to grow our businesses. It's been a pleasure having you on the Marketing Matrix today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been such a pleasure. I just am so honored to be here.
Thank you for tuning in to the Marketing Matrix podcast. On the next episode, we hear from Kristin Molenaar again, this time in her deep dive episode. She goes into more detail on the big mistakes entrepreneurs make when hiring a team and how to avoid these mistakes. I was absolutely blown away during our entire episode. While I've got you, I wanted to remind you about the Marketing Matrix Toolbox. This resource has tons of free marketing tools to make your marketing journey easier. We add content to it each week, so check it out and register for instant access at toolbox.themarketingmatrixpodcast.com. And if you want to join the conversation surrounding marketing, check out my free Facebook Ads for Coaches, Course Creators, and Lifestyle Brands Facebook group. This is an awesome community of people trying to master the ad game to scale their business while saving time. You can join the group for free at www.facebook.com/groups/FBAdNinjas. Again, that's facebook.com/groups/FBAdNinjas. All right. Hope to see you in there. And until next time, see you on the Marketing Matrix.